Hey everyone, I'm Jason du Plessis, a Dynamics 365 solution architect within our Fast Track team. Today I'm lucky to be on the show again with Carl. Hey Carl, say hi. And what are you going to be showing us today?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, great to be here. So today I'm going to be showing you the work order summary configuration in Dynamics 365 Field Service. So this is actually a new Copilot feature where it actually does the summary of work orders for you. It's really, really cool. Yeah, so I want to kind of show you guys this feature now. And here we are in the Dynamics 365 Field Service app. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to work orders, just pick up one of these work orders here. And we can see here, actually, we have this Copilot feature here, right? So I'm on a work order, we see Copilot, and I can actually go ahead and click generate, and it's going to generate a summary of all the information related to this work order. Isn't that cool?
That's really awesome. Hey, I've got a custom model-driven application, but
Uh-huh.
so I've made a bit of changes to mine. I'm not seeing the Copilot button. Do you know how I can add that back in, Carl?
Okay, so I think what you can do is you can go ahead and customize that form, and there is a control that you can drag across. This is the control you'll look for, the Copilot control. Drag that onto the form, and you should be able to see it then.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks.
Definitely, definitely. So you can see here, I mean, this is really useful. Like if you think of a use case to this, right? So if you're a technician or a frontline worker, maybe you're a Dynamics user like a dispatcher or a scheduler, you want to get the summary of this work order really, really quickly. And that's where Copilot is so good, right? It does summaries really, really well. So we can see here in this case, this work order talks about that it involves a regulatory inspection in Redmond. It has the estimated duration in here. It talks about the tasks to be performed. So, someone can just read this really quickly before they run out the door and then they get all this information. They're ready to go.
Yeah, I can really see how they can save a huge amount of time rather than having to go through all the tabs and all the related records. And if I save this record, will this information be restored back into the server?
Ha. Well, the answer is no, right? And there's a good reason for that. So let's say I'm a user and I have higher privileges than you do, right? So Dynamics has this great security model. So we want to be able to restrict information to users that should be able to just see that information, right? So if I have a higher privilege than you, I see all of this great information, but let's say you don't have access to see where this record is or this booking is going to be scheduled. You shouldn't be able to see that. So we don't save the summary back into the database because when you open up this record, we want you to go ahead and generate the preview again so that you only see the information that you have access to.
That makes complete sense. Thanks.
Yeah, so this is the out of the box summary configuration. And what's really nice here is you have the ability to customize this as or basically configure it, right? It's not even customizing. It's a no code configuration approach to be able to really just display the data that you want as an organization here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and click on this tab here. And I've landed here on the field service summary configuration. The way to get here, I'll show you guys, is let's say you started at the home over here, right? What you'll want to do is come into settings. And then over here on the left, we have Copilot settings and we have summary configuration. I'm going to click on that. And we have two types of configuration here. We have the bookable resource booking and the work order. We're going to look at work order today, but both of these are actually, they function in exactly the same way. So if you're getting summary configurations for bookings, then it's going to be exactly the same as what we'll see with work orders here. So we can see here actually the configuration record is turned off. And what that means is that it's going to use the defaults that we just saw, right? So Copilot will decide for you the information that it's going to show to your frontline workers and dispatchers, et cetera, right? Now, if I go ahead and flip this to on, okay, what's going to happen here is we now get to customize and show exactly which fields we want to display on that work order summary. Okay,
That's really awesome. So I can bring in my own custom tables and fields that I've put on my tables.
that's correct, exactly. And actually what we're seeing here is I actually had created a custom configuration some time back, and just turning this on, it's actually saved that configuration, which is really cool. So, if I entered one previously, I don't have to re-enter it. That's a nice little feature here.
That's
And
brilliant. Could you maybe show what the output of that looks like? That's amazing.
yeah, right. So you know what? If I just went, this is actually one of the really nice features as well, is I can actually save this configuration and run it and actually see what it's going to look like right here in this interface, right? So if I actually just go ahead and select a record, like let's say I go ahead and select this work order that we were looking at previously, and I go ahead and click test. So really before I, release this out, I can just kind of make sure that this is exactly what I want. And I can go ahead and add fields, remove fields, test it here, right? Just to make sure that this is the configuration that I really want my workers to see.
So one of the
So you
things
can,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
I thought was missing there was the servant's account name. So I think that would be really helpful for an engineer to be able to know who the name of the customer is that they're going to be visiting.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. So that one is missing from here. And I'm going to go and show you, Jason, how to add this in. It's actually really easy. I just go ahead and click add data, and I'm going to go ahead and look for a service account because that's actually where that information comes from. So I select service account here on the left, and then on the right, it gives me all the fields related to this service account table, right? So let's say I wanted the service account name, as you mentioned. So if I go ahead and click on this here, right, what I can do is if I go ahead and just test this here, we'll see that the Copilot will regenerate that summary record. And now we have this added here. So it actually says the account name right here in the summary. So
That's
really easy
just
to add
amazing,
this.
Carl.
Yeah.
Really easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool, and I want to point out, like, if we just take a little look at these fields that I already have. So we have this custom table that I added, right? So work order extensions, it's related to the work order table, and I have a couple of custom fields in there, color and temperature, right? So this is a completely custom table that has, uh, nothing to do with the out of the box work order, but I created a relationship between the two. And, so once I add that, then I can just add in any custom fields related to that custom table. So and I'm doing all this without any code, right? Um, a big use case that we see as well is cases, right? So cases and work orders are very often related. And so here I have case information that gets displayed in the work order summary as well. I also have product information here because the product is linked as well. So really anything you can think of that's related to a work order, you can go in here and add it to the configuration and test it out. And if you like it, you can go ahead and deploy it out to your agents just by saving the record.
This is really amazing, Carl. I mean, I could just think of so many different permutations where you could add all different types of information. Um, Really great. And you said the personas that this is useful, so for dispatchers and for engineers.
That's correct. Yep. Anyone who's looking at these records, they'll be able to take advantage of this summary configuration. And let me show
Okay.
you actually, Jason, I want to show you actually what it looks like back here on the original form, right? So this was the original one that we had. I'm just going to go and refresh this here. And the changes they happened immediately. So if I go ahead and click generate, we'll see here now we have the new custom configuration. It's rolled out just like that.
I wish everything was that easy, Carl. That's amazing.
Right.
Thank you very much, and really appreciate you introducing this feature. I mean, it's going to be incredibly, valuable to, as you said, dispatchers, engineers. I can see everyone, wanting to be able to, save time and effort having to go through all those records. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Carl.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason. Talk to you soon.
Have a great day.